Hello, everybody. Zach here from the Aunty, Donna podcast. This week is a very special episode. If you joined us last week, we met the character Meltman in a little more detail since his emergence first in the most upsetting guessing game. This week, we are doing a table read of a horror film, which we devised last week, all about Meltman. So have a listen. Ben Mendelsohn is a very special guest joining us. We hope you enjoy it. If you like this podcast, did you know that we have a YouTube channel? It's all, just put Aunty Donna into Google, it'll come up. Also, we have a Patreon, AuntyDonnaClub.com is the way to get there. Otherwise, search for Aunty Donna on Patreon. I've been Zach Ruane, and I hope you enjoy this very special episode of the Aunty Donna podcast.
You're listening to the Aunty Donna podcast, the greatest fucking podcast in the world. Brother Mike and Zach and sometimes some guests. We hope you enjoy the motherfucking podcast.
Hi everyone. Thanks so much for coming to our reading of Meltman.
The new A24 horror film.
My name is
Could be Zach.
Zach. I'm the director of Meltman. I've got here my co-writers, Meltman co-writers, Mark Bonanno.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Broden Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
So basically what we're going to do now is we've written a couple of drafts of Meltman, which is the horror. We do have distribution from A24. It's a metaphor
Starring
for grief.
Some cool people attached.
Yeah, we got some very cool people attached. Jenna Ortega is in it. Rainn Wilson is going to be playing a serious part in it. We did first offer it to, what's his name, from Parks and Rec. He said no.
Nick Offerman.
We offered it to Nick Offerman. He said no, and then we went to Rainn Wilson.
Ben Mendelsohn?
Ben Mendelsohn is in it, yes. And will he be reading? You hear?
Yes, my name is Ben. Hey, mate. How you going, mate?
Good to see you, Ben.
I'm reading for the part of Chad.
And so basically a little bit about this story. It's a metaphor for grief. It's a horror.
Daniel Plainview is also in this film. I just want to
Daniel
mention.
Plainview's in it, yeah?
Yeah, Daniel Plainview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a metaphor for grief. I think we've got that across. It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor for grief.
And capitalism.
Well...
More grief.
Yeah, we lost the... Originally, it was sort of a dual metaphor for capitalism and grief. And then just in the redrafts, we kind of lost the capitalism stuff. So there's peppering of capitalism.
It's a metaphor for
metaphors
grief,
in
though.
there. It's a metaphor for grief.
Shall we? Yes, absolutely. I will be reading the big print, and I will also be playing a couple of characters. Mark Broden will be playing some characters as well. I think we should just get into it. We will.
Let's do it, yeah.
We will follow you up for
I'm
feedback.
very
afterwards.
excited to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Daniel Plainview.
I'm very excited to be reading for the part of
G'day there,
Meltman.
Daniel Plainview, mate. How are you,
I'm
mate?
very well, thank you, Ben.
You haven't talked to the cops, have you, mate?
No, I have been producing a couple of oil wells
You're
now.
not playing funny buggers, are you, mate?
No, I do not play funny buggers. No, I'm
Good on you,
been
mate.
drilling for oil, you see, and I abandoned my boy, and but I have, I've been forgiven for such a thing.
Oh, yeah, good on you, man.
All right, here we go. Meltman. Exterior. Farm. Day. It is old-timey New England, America. A man is standing in the farm, and he is herding some pigs. His wife leaves the barn and approaches him. Wife. My husband, we must dry those hogs before the Meltman arrives.
Oh, Jessica Jeremiah. The Meltman is but a myth. So worried about him getting into your cupboards. It's an old wives' tale, and I should... Sorry, go.
Sorry, no, you go.
No. I interrupted you, and I apologize for that. I'd like you to speak.
I know that the Meltman is but a pagan myth, and I try to believe only in that which we have learnt about the Lord. But I have seen the Meltman with my own eyes. He took our baby. He took my first husband. I am grieving for them.
Liar! You're a liar! Your family was taken by the plague. These hogs are dry to the bone and they must be moistened.
Sundown! Sundown!
Oh, it's
Get them hogs dry. Sorry, you go.
No, I interrupted you. I
Okay.
thought you were far away. I
yeah.
didn't realize that you just speak with a sort of yelly voice at a low pitch.
It's all good. You go.
Yeah, and that you were about a
You're
meter
good?
away from
We
me.
good?
Yeah, we're good. Sorry.
We're good. Sundown! Get them hogs dry for sundown!
Would the sundown man not talk of dry hogs? If not the fact that at the very least people are going missing because of when their hogs are wet.
The sundown man is a fool. He's a bitter fool. He lost his family to
I'm
the
still
plague.
here!
I know. I know you are.
I go. Sorry.
yeah. But I think you're a fool. There's nothing I haven't said to you that I feel like I can't say to my
Sorry,
wife.
You go.
Oh, did I interrupt you?
No, you go.
Okay. All I'm saying is these pigs are filthy and they're bone dry. Wetting the hogs won't summon the melt man. Or at the very least, let's, roll the dice and see,
Fucking go for
Worth
it.
checking it
cunt.
out. I've got the hose here. It's attached to the tap.
What'd you
And
say that for?
what?
What's a tap?
A tap is, it's a little thing that you turn.
Okay, listen. I must go back to our hut, where a cottage where I will tend to our baby and also our virgin daughter, who is but a virgin, and that is the way God wishes her to be. I grieve for
Sundown!
We know. We know.
Okay.
the wife walks away before turning one last time to talk to her husband. Please, just dry the hogs. She walks into the hut. Interior, barn, night. The husband is feverishly drying his hogs when he notices one last wet hog, but his arms are tired and weak.
Ah, Goobu Lubu, the wettest of my pigs, the moistest of the swine. You are a liquidy boy, Goobu Lubu, pig of mine eye. I wish I could kiss you, I do, but the laws forbid it. The laws forbid a man and a pig wedding because of the pig freak men that result from it. And your titties are large and full of pig milk, which is wet. And if I get that pig milk on you, goodness knows what will happen. Everyone's saying the Meltman will come, but Meltman doesn't exist. I feel like I can talk to you, Goobu. I feel like I can say things to you I can't say to my wife. I can talk about the things I wish I could put up my ass. I feel like, just small things. Things that'll come out again. Just tiny rocks. It's like an OCD thing. Goobu Lubu, yes, you are wet. Yes, you are all the synonyms of wet. Damp. Moist.
Searching, thinking.
Liquidy. But I like you wet. They want me to dry you. The sundown man in particular. He comes, he stands a couple meters away, speaks as if he's yelling from a great distance. But you, Goobu, not you. You just hoff and hog and roll around in filth and just get all wet. Come have a shower with me. Come have a shower with me under the moonlight. Let's get... Fuck it. Fuck the world. Fuck God and all his commandments.
Exterior,
Come-
farm, no. Husband and Kubu are having a shower. Husband is now nude. He has a shower with Gubu. It's not sexual. He just washes Gubu like a child.
Soap up, you swiney hog. Soap up and get wet and clean and eat your own shit. God, I wish we could wed. Not for any sexual reasons. It's because I feel like you understand me. I'm wet, you're wet, the sun is dry, the moon is wet. A wet moon. Let's boil some sausages. Come inside, have tea with me. The wife is asleep and And I know how much you love a wet sack of meat. So come, wet hog. Come with me inside.
Interior cottage hut night. The wet hog stands before the sleeping wife and virgin daughter and baby, licking his lips, ready for a meal. Husband is preparing some boiled sausages by a fire.
Goobu Lubu, we will have many sons. We'll have 10 boys and 8 girls. Let me list their names. Shubu Mugu. Timothy the Wise. Lippy Lubdubs.
The wife wakes. sits
Jeremy
up.
Iron.
The wife wakes and sits
I must have a different draft.
Oh, you do?
Draft of the screenplay because I've got 10 more names I list before.
Oh,
the
I'm
big
so sorry.
break
No,
comes.
this is right. This is right. The wife wakes, sits up. He doesn't notice and continues to list names.
Timothy Sharamu, pig. Grifty the Wise. Shablub Dibalob. Ding Dong the Brave. Oh, you are too dry for my liking, Goobu. Come with me to the tub. to the tub. I need to boil the water for a bath. Get it lukewarm. Fetch me a ale from the ice box. Goobu, I've trained my pig. I've trained this pig to be dry, but also wet. I must rest. The day has been large and long, and the summers are quite warm. And I'm tired, and this pig is wet, and I wish to rest now. I wish to rest.
The wife looks at her husband and says, "You can rest now, my husband. Please stop talking to that pig, though, because
But-
it's really weird."
But my brother is about to arrive for a boiled meat dinner.
It's past night. He'll be here in the morn. Rest now, my husband.
Sundown,
Not
sundown.
a fucking sundown, man.
Can't.
It's fucking
It's been night for like 2 hours, bro.
I'm sorry.
Sundown man takes out his dick, starts jerking. Oi, get out of here!
I'm sorry. Off I go.
Get your hard hog out of here. There's wet hogs indoors. Hard hog, wet hog. Get out of here. My brother is about to arrive with a ding dong upon the door. I invented the doorbell.
Exterior. Back of the cottage. Night. As husband and sundown man continue to argue in the cottage, the wet hog goes to the icebox. With amazing dexterity and skill, the wet hog opens the icebox, but there's something in the background. An old nude man with... music here. An old nude man with black dyed hair. We hear his wails and his sharp breaths as he approaches the wet hog, and he says...
I smell a moist pig.
He looks in the window, sees the boiling sausage.
I smell a boiling wet sack of meat.
Exterior farm night. The screams of pigs and families as Meltman enjoys his feast. Titles: Meltman. Exterior, New York City, day. Ben Mendelsohn is walking down the street. He walks into his office. Interior, office, day. Ben Mendelsohn is sitting with his boss, the guy from The Matrix that tells off Neo. Ben Mendelsohn, you have been doing too much. You're late all the time.
Oh, good idea.
Sorry, I wasn't meant to play this part. I'm doing it quick. You're working all the time, Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, good idea, boss. There you go, mate.
You need to decide if you want to be a part of this company or not.
Nah, This life's not for me, actually, mate. I've had a gutful of it. I'm out of here. Sorry, you go.
No, you. Sorry. I thought you were finished.
I'm sorry.
No, you go. You finish.
I'm out of here.
Well, let me tell you before you decide. Ever since your wife died and you've been grieving for your dead wife.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Ever since she died, you've not been as good at this job. And we can track your computers. You're always Googling hog farms in New England.
Yeah.
You're at
If
15 minutes.
either you want to be a part of this company or you want to be a hog farmer, you got to decide.
I'm going to be a hog farmer then.
Montage. I'll just read this quickly. Montage. Ben Mendelsohn packs up his car. He gets his kids in the car, 2 kids. He visits the grave of his wife. He cries. He heads down to New England and arrives at the same farm that we saw from the opening.
Well, here I am at this house. It's a good house. No cops around. No one's been talking to the cops. Yeah.
Hello, stranger.
Hello.
What brings you to such a hog
I
farm?
bought it. I live here now.
What?
I live here now.
What?
I live here now.
Oh.
So, why you not hear me?
I'm just,
Sorry.
I'm just confused.
I was just. Sorry, you go.
No. If you've got more to say, please maybe you'll explain why you.
No.
Because I live here. But I've been renting from Nelson Alexander.
Oh yeah, I bought it. You can stay here, but
Would you like to live in the barn? Is my favorite.
no, I bought it, so I'll live in the house. But
Yeah.
I'm saying you
Are
can.
you telling me I can move to the barn and
Yeah.
sleep with the swine?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm the man who owns Goobu Lubu,
Okay. What's
the-
that? Is that a pig?
the wettest pig,
Pig, that's a
you've
pig.
ever seen. Would you like to see how
What?
Would you like to see how damp my swine can be?
Later, I'm gonna move in.
Mary Elizabeth Weinstead comes up. You know her? Mary Elizabeth, what's her name? She's in heaps. She's going to be his love interest.
Oh.
She comes up. Oh, there you are, old man. Come back to your old crazy people home. I'm so sorry about this. I'm a nurse at the crazy people home. This is a crazy man. Always, he wasn't talking about Meltman, was he?
Oh no, it's all right. Hey, you've been talking to the cops, mate.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Listen not to this crazy woman. She wants me to dry my pigs every night so that the mythical
Wait.
Melt Man will not
sorry.
let me finish.
Sorry.
Me
Sorry.
finish. Just let
Can
me
I
finish.
Oh, no, you go.
The mythical. What was I saying?
Mythical
What was I-
Meltman, you're talking about drying pigs.
Thank you.
He's crazy though, yeah.
And then, well,
Let him finish.
I'm
There.
dismissive.
Yeah.
I've been through grief.
Oh yeah, mate.
And you've been grieving. You got a dead wife.
Yeah.
I've been grieving too.
Okay.
You gotta stop. You gotta not stress. Oh, what are you talking about? You haven't had pigs for years, ever since they all mysteriously disappeared,
oh.
and also your whole family was killed
Hmm.
400 years ago. Come here.
And I have been grieving. Come. You look weary from your travels.
Come here, crazy man.
Would you like sausage boiled in the hottest water
This
you've
is-
ever seen?
This woman's saying that you're crazy, so I'm gonna let her take you away.
I got like a real sexy nurse outfit. Sexy enough that I look good in it, but not too sexy that it doesn't look believable that I'd be wearing
All
it.
right.
Come here, crazy old man. I'm so sorry. Hey,
you-
enjoy the. Sorry, I'm not. I'll get the door in a sec.
I'm sorry, have I been knocking
Sorry.
at an inappropriate time?
Yeah, sorry, wait. Yeah, and then I go. So Mary Elizabeth walks away with the crazy old man. She turns back and looks at Ben Mendelsohn and does a little smile.
Bye.
See ya. They walk away.
Bye. See you later.
Ben Mendelsohn does a little huff, like, what was that all about?
What was that all about?
And then he says it.
You've been talking to the cops, mate.
There is a knock at the door. Ben Mendelsohn, who is out the front of the house, just goes up to the guy.
Hello.
Hello, I've been.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
I've been walking around your lands hunting for quail with my boy here. DW or something. VW. With my boy Volkswagen.
From Arthur.
VW.
The
Yes.
animation Arthur.
Yes, and I've been hunting for quail, and I was wondering if we could take camp up on your lands.
Okay.
Tell me, how wet are your hogs?
Dry.
Very
I don't know. I just literally just got here.
Very
My shit is in the car.
Once
May
that
I tell-
approaches.
Sorry, you go.
Sorry. Hey. Oh no, this is another one of my crazy patients.
No, I'm not. Stop it. Stop coming. I'm so sorry. She's the crazy lady from the village over. And she is constantly just telling people that they're crazy and then taking them off somewhere.
I'm sorry about this. This is very confusing. Oh, hey, I didn't realize it was you again.
You just
Hi again, how are you?
If you're the new owner of these lands, let me give you a partial warning.
Oh no, not more about the melt man.
Do not wet your hogs.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
Keep your pigs dry as a bone.
The melt man.
I'm-
Sorry,
no, you
sorry.
must
there you
let
go.
me.
Yeah, I know. You go.
What was I saying? I was saying, keep your pigs dry. Don't moisten your hogs. And most of all, fry your sausages on a Weber.
Don't boil them. Oh, melt. Oh, Daniel Plainview, you're so funny. Listen.
That's right.
Listen, the Meltman is an old folk tale around these parts. We had story time the other day in the common area. We had someone, he came and told the story of Meltman. So all of the patients, they've gotten in their heads that Meltman still exists just because whenever people leave their hogs wet, they die.
I get it.
I'm grieving. I abandoned my boy. He was just a bastard in a basket.
Oh, this is your...
I have several catchphrases.
Sorry, I was... Sorry.
Were you talking?
No, you do your catchphrase again.
I did them all. I'm so sorry. I just... I'm sorry. You go.
No, you go.
You go.
You go.
You go.
All right, no, I'll go. Oh, this must be your children, General Tager, who signed on to this before she did. General Tager, who signed on to this before she did Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you. And of course, your little boy, that kid from Room,
Yeah.
and the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, such wonderful kids. I had a kid once, but they were killed after I boiled a sausage. I'm grieving about that.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I gotta go to bed.
Mary Elizabeth Weinstead and Daniel Plainview walk back to the mental institution. And she turns around one last time and looks at him. Hey, you're new around here, these parts, yeah?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
this is probably pretty crazy of me to
Beware
say,
the melt man.
but shut up with the melt man. I'm also to make a few extra bucks around the place. I also am the sassy bartender at the local bar, and we're doing karaoke tonight. You want to come round?
That is a good idea.
Cut
Keep
to.
any liquid.
Oh, sorry, that was it's me saying cut to, not the. Sorry, you go.
No, what did you want to cut to?
No, I'm
Mary Elizabeth. I'm asking Mary Elizabeth. I'm just reading what it's.
Yeah, I know. She says, if this was a movie, we'd cut to you at the bar now. Haha.
And I'm just saying, keep all liquid off your pigs.
Okay, bye.
Interior.
Bye.
Interior.
See you later.
I will see you later. Stop just saying interior.
Okay. Interior. No, exterior. Car park of a dive bar.
Well, here I
Right.
am at the car park.
He looks nervous. This is the first time he's ever been on a date.
This
Is it a date? Ever since his wife died, who he's grieving for. This whole thing, it's a metaphor for grief.
Oh, I'm grieving at the moment, and I don't know if this is the right thing to do, or if anyone in here's been talking to the cops.
Actually, it's more of a metaphor for like moving, like finding
Come
love
in.
after. It's actually more of a. It's not quite grief because that's Babadook. This is more like finding love. Sorry,
Who is this?
I'm just doing the big
Who
print.
is this
Sorry.
person that keeps reading big print in the movie that we're in?
Oh, who are you?
Me, I'm just a local farmer who's been walking around these parts looking for bushels and trinkets.
Hello.
By chance, did you purchase the Weatherbury farm?
Yeah,
The whatever, what's the name of the farm?
It doesn't have a name.
Weatherbury Farm.
It says it in the script. Just read it.
He is.
Did you purchase the Weatherbury farm?
Yeah.
Gee, I sure hope you keep those barred doors closed.
Why?
Well, I don't know if you've seen outside, but it is
Yeah.
beginning. Will you just stop interrupting me as I speak? It's one of the rudest things
Oh,
I've
sorry.
ever experienced. No, don't be sorry. But you will be if you left your barn doors open, because
Okay.
my God, man. Drink your ale and keep a lock upon those lips of
Why?
yours. Because it's starting to rain.
They walk in. As they continue to talk, they walk into the bar. Interior bar night.
Drink a shot of whiskey with me, won't you?
Okay.
Oh, what are you doing here? How'd you get out of the mental institution?
What? Stop.
Mary Elizabeth
This
Weinstead
woman-
is working behind the bar. She's sassy but hot.
You are
Oh, hey, Ben Mendelsohn. I'm so sorry about this guy. He goes to the mental institution I'm a nurse at, and there was a story about the wet pigs.
Yeah, no, but I got it now. I got it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the tale of the Melt Man, dear boy.
I've heard it.
What have you heard?
They will get the pigs wet and it comes.
But what does he do when he
No, he
comes?
doesn't. Yeah, he comes. He doesn't come.
Yes, what does he
He
do
comes
when
to
he
your
comes?
farm. He kills everyone.
Tell me, dear sir, have you experienced any sort of grief lately? Yes. My family died 400 years
Yeah.
ago.
But are you ready
What's
to
with
move
this
on?
guy?
Are
What-
you ready to? Because it's actually more nuanced. It's not just grief. It's about finding new love after losing someone.
And also, can you believe that we have to, that any man can make his own fortune in this world, and you can buy, you purchase things, and there's sort of an economy.
Economy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what they're doing over in Russia is, interesting, I suppose.
What is this?
Stop being such a loser. I've signed you up for karaoke. Oh, it's your turn.
Oh.
Dear boy, karaoke is one of the most wonderful things you can do, and I'd love to hear you sing your favorite pop tune.
Ben Mendelsohn approaches the karaoke desk. He's nervous. He hasn't sung ever since his wife died.
Here's the book of songs. They're in alphabetical order, according to song name, not artist. It's a bit confusing.
He picks his song.
Search through them. So that means if you're looking for something by Taylor Swift, don't look under T. Look under S for Shake It Off.
He picks his song, which is.
I don't know.
We'll decide that. Sorry. So I should just say this is something we're leaving to.
Just say a song.
production.
Just say any
You want
song.
to pick one?
Just say
Ben
our
Mendelsohn.
song. that
National
exists.
anthem.
No, you can't do national anthem.
Yeah, they
It's
don't
gotta be
have
about
that. They don't
grief.
have the
It's
national
going to be
anthem.
about grief and moving on.
Well, not necessarily.
Oh,
dear
no,
boy.
it's got to be because that's what this is a metaphor for.
Okay, life
some-
is a highway.
All right, he picks Life
Sure.
as a Highway and sings it really, really good like that girl in Booksmart. He's really, really good at singing and he keeps looking at Mary Elizabeth Weinstead. The sparks are flying. Cut to interior night. Now it's just Ben Mendelsohn, Mary Elizabeth Weinstead and the crazy British man.
I sure hope you've locked your barn doors, my boy. Because I don't know if you heard the weather report, but there is a chance of rain,
Where-
thunder. Please let me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
No, you
it's
go.
okay. No, it's fine. I'm sitting here by the fire enjoying my whiskey and rye.
You're lucky I haven't taken you back to the mental institution.
I don't go to the mental. I'm starting to think maybe Mary Elizabeth is the only crazy one. Maybe she puts people into the barn with the wet hogs and oh.
That's the twist. Don't give it away.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
30 minutes now.
hey, do you want to come back to my house? Do you want to come back to my house? Maybe I could suck you. We could fuck.
Oh,
I could
Mary
suck-
Elizabeth.
I could suck you. We could fuck. Not real, just in the movie. Like we have a fuck and a suck, and it's really beautiful and hot.
Sounds good to me.
Let me tell you.
Sorry, you go.
No, you were speaking.
Sounds good to me.
Interior house night. Ben Mendelsohn, Mary Elizabeth Winstead makes sweet, beautiful love. It's romantic, more sensual than you were expecting. Cut to later that night. That was amazing. You were so good at sex. Were you that good at sex with your wife who's dead?
Yes.
Hey, stay the night with me.
Cut to the barn.
No, we will. Just one sec. Stay the night with me.
Okay.
No, say no.
No.
No. Why? You got to move on from your dead wife. Come on, I love you. Why won't you move on from your dead wife?
I'm not ready.
Cut to night, exterior, barn, night. A wet pig is getting all wet.
And here I am with a bucket of water. I say to no one in particular but the night. This is the most sopping wet swine.
Just to be clear, this is a
I've-
completely different person. This is not any of the other characters we've met. It's just some dude who likes making pigs wet.
I've snuck into this random bar. This random barn with a bucket of grease and a bucket of soapy water, not to wash the pigs, but to make them wet. Who are you?
He goes
Who are
to
you?
the barn door, opens it up.
Who are you? Who are you?
We don't see who's through the door. He just says, "Who are you?" some more times.
No, I'm talking to another man who seems to have the same accent as me. Oh, who are you? Who are you? I'm...
A flash. We see it's the Meltman. He's old and naked and he has black hair. The other dude screams and then the Meltman kills him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The
listen.
Well,
listen.
it's a cliffhanger because
That's the cliffhanger.
that's part... What is revealed at the end is that's Melman.
The series.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Unfortunately, part 2 has not been commissioned and won't be made.
So we
Beautiful
initially did
It's about grief, yeah.
intend. Yeah, this
And a little bit of capitalism.
and it's
Some
about
of the-
moving on from grief.
Yeah, there was some capitalism stuff from an earlier draft that we didn't quite cut out.
But
it was,
one
it
of
was
our big
important to
questions.
connect
I
threads.
loved that
That's our big
weird
question.
dialogue style. Like it was like a David Mamet or a,
Yeah, where they were
an Aaron
talking over
Sorkin.
each
Like
other.
there was like, but in Sorkin they talk interject and no one ever. It feels unreal. Like it's heightened. This felt like what actually happens when you talk over.
So
The-
you got
yes.
what we were going for with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My one
yeah.
question, if that's all right.
Ask it to the panel.
Yeah, my one question to you, bro, to anyone who was listening to the script. We can talk later. Please send your emails if you don't want to talk now. I did just have one question. There was a couple of moments where the big print accidentally talked over characters. Now, obviously, that's big print means just like descriptions and
Yeah.
stuff. Will that make sense?
Well,
but it's just a character.
I thought-
something to take back.
I thought it was a formatting issue because it just seemed like, especially Mary Elizabeth's character was saying things like interior barn, and it was in the dialogue. It said like
Section,
Mary
yeah.
Elizabeth interior dialogue was the dialogue, and I think that was on me. Final Draft is a new program that I'm working with, and I think I've struggled to do some formatting. There was one
Yeah.
point where I did want the character to say like exterior barn, and it became confusing because that creative choice I made got all muddled up in the in what was, I think, a formatting issue.
I loved it. I thought it was really good. My one thing, if like for time, I would cut the amount of crazy people that the nurse has to come and take back to
It's
the
yeah, because for me
but
it's
the twist at the end. In the next movie will be that she's the crazy one.
That's very clear.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really clear.
Yeah. And I believe she's carting off the crazy people to the to a wet pig hole, where it has like
I don't need
hundreds
to
of
know.
wet
Show
Seen
me.
beats.
Saw 2? You remember Saw 2? Where it's I don't want to give away the twist of Saw 2. I think it's okay. If you haven't seen Saw 2 or Shutter Island, I'm going to give away the twist of both of them.
Yeah.
So you know Saw 2, how it turns out the Becca lady was in on it now?
Yeah.
And you know how Shutter Island, you seen Shutter Island? You know how it turns out he's crazy. So that's the double twist. So it turns out she's like Shutter Island and also she's in on it and she's the one that brought back Meltman.
But do this in a script, I guess, is what I'd say.
That's for
is
the second one though.
That's for the second one, but unfortunately hasn't been commissioned.
But just in this film, too many mental people being taken away to a mental
you-
institution.
Do you think this feels like a complete film, or does
No.
it feel like we just got through Act 1 and
I
then
love it.
just did a to be continued?
No, and then everyone died at the
yeah,
end. I thought it
yeah.
was good.
I really liked it. There is, I think what Broden is saying in that one of the major flaws is that every time a character gets slightly developed,
Yeah.
or starts to do
Turns out they're
like
crazy.
or like you start to learn about the character, maybe their story's going
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
In particular, the guy from the start who owns the farm. For him to just be suddenly and without reason be carted off to a mental institution.
But you understand the horror trope there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I think it's fine to happen once.
Yeah, it does happen a lot.
But for every time a new character's introduced, the film stops becoming about the myth of the Meltman and more just about.
But
this
they're warning
woman.
him, and the reason he doesn't prepare for the Meltman is
I di-
because he thinks they're all mental.
I just don't think it's dramatic or dynamic when a woman keeps carting off every character to a mental institution before they've had a chance to say or do anything.
Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
send your feedback in notes.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I get that.
Thank you
sorry.
for and anyone listening because this is we're going to put this out as a podcast.
We are putting this out.
Having
Oh.
having said that, this is the shooting script, and I am happy with it.
Yeah, me too. I think it's beautiful. So send your feedback.
Regardless of its flaws, every masterpiece has its flaws. Every magnum opus has things that you would change.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
So my criticisms of the script, I think, are what make it so
strength, yeah,
beautiful.
Totally, totally.
All right.
Thanks so much for coming to the
I've
reading.
invested too much of my own money in this
Yeah.
film. I'm worried.
honestly, if we-
I've got to start thinking of it as money spent, not money that I'll get
Tax-deductible,
back.
yeah?
Nah, man. Nah.
Oh no.
and we have to film by next week if we want to keep Jenna Ortega because she's got to go off and do season 2
Fuck.
on
Wednesday.
All right.
Wednesday.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so
enjoy
much.
and send your feedback through on our socials.
You're listening to the Aunty Donna podcast.